Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my picks and analysis for Week 4 of the 2020 NFL season. This particular week, and this may be how I do the videos the rest of this NFL season. This particular week, I'm not going to be really overly analytical with these games. I haven't really looked up really any stats on any of these teams for any of the games for this week. The last week, it was I'm seeing very diminished viewership over this season compared to last, based on the viewership for the first 3 weeks of this season in contrast to the first 3 weeks of the 2019 NFL season that I had. So for me, I'm just going to try to make these concise and get to the point in each of these games. So the first game, it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts at the Chicago Bears. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. The Bears right now, they appear to have superseded expectations. They have Khalil Mack. I don't know if I'm saying his first name right. This is a team right now that may really be one of the surprises of the NFL this season. Last week, Indianapolis, they annihilated the Jets, but practically everyone has that capability. It's sad my Jets have just been gone so downhill this season. They were the end of the season 6-2, won 6 of their 8 last regular season games, but they're playing like the team that they were at the beginning of last season right now. And you look at the Colts right now, I understand their offense seems to be clicking. It's playing very well right now, playing very cohesively. But I do like the Bears to get this one, given that they are at home. I think their defense would play a little bit better than the Colts offense. So I'm going to take the Bears to win this one in a tight game at home. Now, the next game, I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals to win at home over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Bengals, they have played they have not played terribly. I understand they're 0-3. I believe they're Jacksonville goes in and still, they've tried to weather the storm without Leonard Fournette. They got blown out by Miami. I don't know if Cincinnati with Burrows, the new quarterback, the rookie quarterback for the team, I got a feeling he may get this first win, get his first NFL win in this particular game. I'm going to take Cincinnati at home reluctantly to get this done. I think this game could really go either way. It's like what they say on Pardon the Interruption as a toss-up. This is certainly one of them, but I'm going to take the Bengals to win at home. Now, the next game, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys to win at home over the Cleveland Browns. The Dallas Cowboys are just a team that seems to be mired in mediocrity. They seem to look, they look like a team that could have potential to be better than their record, in not just this season, but just in general and other recent seasons. But Dallas has not benefited from a stupendous schedule. I understand they did play Seattle last week. They did everything but beat the Seahawks, but they just are not quite there. I think their defense needs to step it up a little bit. Luckily, they do have the Cleveland Browns coming to town. This could be a good remedy for them for right now. I don't envision the Cowboys starting off 1-3, so I'm going to look for Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and company to get this job done at home. There's still a team that could play very well at home. I don't think, especially getting new head coach Mike McCarthy, it's really going to look really bad if they start out 1-3 and they lose this game, week 4 game against the Cleveland Browns. I don't think it's going to happen. I like Dallas at home. Well, the next game, I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints on the road to beat the Detroit Lions. Now, New Orleans has certainly not even met expectations this season, losing to Green Bay. That was a home game I felt they should have won. Maybe it's that we've collectively overestimated the Saints, and they're not the dominant team that we thought they were. Now, the Detroit Lions have some hope. Whenever you have Matthew Stafford on the team as your quarterback, you always have a chance. Detroit, may actually get this done and get the W. New Orleans, I don't know if they're going to have Michael Thomas in this game. Michael Thomas doesn't play. Detroit definitely has an even chance to win this, but I'm going to take the Saints reluctantly to get this one done on the road, that they can somehow start to build, back to where they had been previously as a dominant team, but it's going to have to start somewhere. I think they can get it started against the Detroit Lions on the road. So I'm going to take the Saints to win this one on the road. Now, the next game, I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks to win on the road against the Miami Dolphins. Now, I understand Miami did look very good. That was against Jacksonville last week. Now Miami's got to go up against one of the best teams in the NFL. If you have your power rankings, you're going to have I have the Chiefs really, I think, are unequivocally the best team in the NFL right now, but Seattle could certainly be like number 2 or number 3. You have Green Bay up there as well. The way Seattle is playing right now, I think they got maybe the best closer in the game in Russell Wilson. I understand that now Patrick Mahomes may be the best quarterback as far as an individual talent at this point in time, but Russell Wilson is that kind of guy you want right at the end of games. And now Miami has Ryan Tannehill. If he starts, he can give the give the Seahawks a run for their money in this particular game. And Miami's defense played very well last game too. If that continues in this game, in a sense, they do have a chance. But I'm going to take Seattle to still get this one done on the road. Now the next game. Well, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win at home over the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, Tampa Bay right now, I don't know if you call them the resurgent Buccaneers after losing the first game and then winning the last 2, but I think they're finding their groove right now, especially on offense. I think Tom Brady, along with Gronkowski, if he is playing, and you have Evans as another receiver. I don't know if their status, if they're actually playing or not, but this is a team that actually will be growing as far as playing together as the season progresses. Now, the LA Chargers, certainly they did not look great last week. I don't know if their starting quarterback is going to be back or not. The status of Tyrod Taylor, that could play some dividends for them. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I do see as a playoff team. I think they will I think they're going to win this one, go to 3-1, and they're going to be in good position, even though it's just 4 weeks into the season. I'll take the Bucs at home. Now the next game, I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens to get this one done on the road against the Washington football team. I think this Baltimore football team is just better personnel than the Washington one. You're talking about Baltimore with Calais Campbell, improved defense. Now, I know that they didn't play very good against the Kansas City Chiefs last week, but a lot of teams have a proclivity to look bad against the Chiefs. The Chiefs showed last week that they really are the supreme team in the NFL, and Baltimore still has improvements and modifications to make in order to get to where the Chiefs are. The Baltimore Ravens right now, I think they're going to bring in that ravenous defense and get this job done. Washington at home, I'm not saying Washington's going to be a pushover at home for anybody, but it's just for me. I think this is a team that still might be in a little disarray, a little distracted with about their name and what's going on with this team. Washington Redskins are not a team I don't believe are going to make the playoffs this year. Baltimore, I see them getting in. Washington right now, I just don't think that they have the personnel to get this done. So I'll take Baltimore on the road to win this. Now the next game. What I'm going to take in this game could really is another one of those classic PTI toss-ups, but I'm going to take Arizona to get this done on the road against Carolina. Arizona, I felt like that was a game they should have won last week. They didn't get the job done. They go into Carolina on a team that may be a little bit decimated with injuries. I know that Christian McCaffrey is going to be out. I believe he's out for the season, or at least has a protracted injury. And you look at Carolina is kind of like in their reclamation mode still, I think. Arizona is a team that is very well on the rise. I see them bouncing back and winning this one. They might even contend for the NFC West Division title. I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins may not be playing, and that could factor into this outcome. But I think Arizona still has enough to get this job done. I'm going to take them to win in a competitive battle on the road. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that. I'm back. But anyway, well, the next game I'm going to take the Houston Texans at home to defeat the Minnesota Vikings. You're talking about two teams 0-3. Who would have thought that Minnesota and Houston would have a combined 0-6 record after 6 games this season? Well, we are in 2020, the COVID-19 scenario, this predicament. This is something where there just seems like there's a lot of unpredictable, unusual activity happening in this world. But Minnesota's obviously has been missing the play of Stephon Diggs, not having him on the team anymore. And you look at Houston right now, and this is really a must-win for both of these teams. I see a lot of desperation and urgency with both of these teams, but the tiebreaker right now is just the simple fact that Houston is going to be at home. Minnesota lost a game last week they should have won against the Titans. And Minnesota is just something about, it looks like their defense is just really struggling right now, and I think it may continue to struggle this week against the Houston Texans. So I want to take the Texans to win this one at home. Now the next game, well, I'm going to take the Rams to win at home against the New York Giants. I don't know the exact stats, but I know the Giants got to be right near the bottom of the pack in terms of scoring offense and probably total offense as well. The Los Angeles Rams are going to have, I think, a lot more sustained drives in this game. They have Aaron Donald. I know they didn't get the job done last week, but they still played a very good Bills team, very good on the road, and they won their 2 games prior to that. The Rams could have easily been 3-0, and it's hard to really see a scenario where the Giants could have even been 2-1 or 1-2. The Giants just have really lost those 3 games, and they've been losing them. They lost them badly, I think. And the Giants, to me, are just a team right now that just is trying to find themselves, and I think they're still going to be trying to find their identity in this one. So I'm going to take the Rams to get this done at home. The next game, well, I'm going to take the Chiefs to win at home over the New England Patriots. Now, I know no team is invincible, but you look at the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs right now are a team. I mean, I could see them being like 14-2 this season. I don't think one of those 2 losses are gonna come to the Patriots. I know the Patriots have still played very well this season. They won 2 games. They lost that one against Seattle, and they had a chance to at least tie it at the end of the game. I don't remember what the final score was, but they had a chance to at least tie it or win the game with the last-second touchdown, but Cam Newton got stuffed at the end of the game. And you look at this, I know New England is going to try to avenge last season's loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, but keep in mind that the Patriots last season, they lost at home to the Chiefs. That's when they had Tom Brady at quarterback. Patriots actually finished 12-4. There's some speculation that New England might actually be on a decline this season. They got to go on the road to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a red-hot team that have won, I think, 12 consecutive games dating back to 2019 and counting the 2019-2020 postseason. So this is a team, I think the Chiefs are still going to keep things running in this game. I love just, everything they're doing. They have a defense that might not be dominant, but it comes up and makes big stops when it has to. So it's not just about Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and the offense. It's also about a defense that is going to be adequate enough to keep this team in the game. But the Chiefs, I mean, are capable of putting 40, 35 points on you any night anyway. And despite New England and their offense, I don't think they have enough to get this done. I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this one at home. Now, the next game. Well, this is a tough one. I wonder if I'm going to be doubting the Bills again and they wind up winning. Well, again, reluctantly, I'm going to take Las Vegas Raiders to win this one at home over the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, I mean, I know they're 3-0. They just barely got the job done against the Rams last week. The Rams are a very good team, don't get me wrong, but now they got to go travel and go into Las Vegas and play a Las Vegas team that thinks they may have underachieved against the Patriots last week. Las Vegas Raiders should get this one done, I think, but Buffalo, if they go in there and win, you could be looking at a 2-game difference between Buffalo and New England. Buffalo could be up 2 games on the Patriots after 2 weeks, because I think it's likely, again, that the Patriots are going to lose their game. Buffalo, it's still conceivable they could go into Las Vegas and get this done, but I think the Las Vegas Raiders have some playoff hopes themselves. I do see them winning this game and being 3-1 after this game. I like the Las Vegas Raiders to win this one at home. And the pass rush is going to be the key in this one. The pass rush, hopefully for the Raiders, it will play adequately enough to help them get this job done. I like the Raiders to get this one done at home. Now, the next game. Well, I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers to win at home over the Philadelphia Eagles. And I believe that Kittles, is it Kittle? I don't know if it's Kittles or Kittles. He's going to be back in this game, and it's going to pay huge dividends for them in terms of being victorious in this one. Philadelphia Eagles have Carson Wentz has thrown 6 INTs over those first 3 games, and we don't know what's really going on with the Eagles right now. I looked at them as a team that might have maybe marked improvement this year, acquiring Darius Slay, having an improved defense, and Carson Wentz being Carson Wentz, but he has not been himself for some reason. I don't know if it's the defense is formulating game plans against him to counter what he's doing, or if his talent or something with him all this time off has done something where his ability has diminished and he's starting to lose his groove. I don't know what's actually transpiring, but it certainly doesn't seem like the Carson Wentz that we have seen in previous seasons. Jimmy Garoppolo, whether he plays or not, I don't think it's going to make much difference. San Francisco looked very good last week. They looked like they were, they're a team. Whether Garoppolo was there or not, they still have the ability to be competitive. They're going to be at home, and this is a job they should get done at home this week. I'm going to take the 49ers to win this one at home. It may actually be competitive because the Eagles are going to be going in there with a lot of desperation and urgency, given that they're 0-3, and they don't want to fall too far behind in the standings too quick. Dallas, I think, is likely going to win their game against Cleveland. Dallas will be at home. Dallas will likely be 2-2 after week 4. Philadelphia losers are going to be 0-4. So Philadelphia, I do see them going in there making this very competitive, but San Francisco, I'm going to take them to win at home. Now, last but not least, the game that was supposed to be played was going to be Tennessee at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was postponed because you had some players with Tennessee that have tested positive for COVID-19. And I just want to state out there, anybody sees this, and whether you're in the NFL or affiliated with them, or just anybody watching this, take the COVID-19 situation very seriously. We're already seeing the one game being postponed in the NFL. I know that they played full three weeks before this happened. But no, there's really not many people that are impervious or invincible to getting the COVID-19. I mean, it doesn't play favorites based on your physique and physical stature, obviously. I know that there's some people that could be asymptomatic, that they could have it in their system, but they might not be feeling any adverse effects. So it's almost like an immunity to it. But the thing about it is, it doesn't seem to be biased based on your physical health and stature. There was a young man, and I forget his name sadly, that he was it made some news, and you could look it up on the internet. He was a college basketball player, 19 years old. He said he was very healthy, and he succumbed to COVID-19. Now, there's some speculation that there was something else he may have had, which might have been triggered due to the COVID-19, and he's still, and that's why he passed away. But it had some connection with him contracting the coronavirus, COVID-19. So even athletic people, we know, are still have susceptibility to it. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL predictions segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.